There's a quiet truth most people never notice. Your brain can slowly learn to live without connection. Not because you don't need people, but because needing them once hurt too much. If you go long periods without friends, messages, or anyone checking in, this psychological truth may feel uncomfortably familiar. What if being alone isn't your personality, but a survival strategy your mind never told you about? Today, we're exploring the psychology of people with no friends and why this silence didn't happen by accident. Psychologists describe this as emotional withdrawal adaptation. It happens when your mind slowly realizes that connection feels uncertain, inconsistent, or unsafe. So instead of craving closeness, you lower your expectations. Instead of reaching out, you become self-contained. On the outside, it looks like strength, but internally, something begins to fade. People misunderstand this kind of loneliness. They think it comes from a lack of social skill. In reality, many people with no friends were once deeply open, loyal, and present, until experience taught them that openness comes with a cost. So the mind adjusted, not to be happy, but to be protected. Over time, the brain stops seeing isolation as a loss and starts seeing it as relief. And once that happens, something important changes in the way you relate to the world. Here's the quiet truth psychology reveals. Your brain doesn't remove the need for connection. It numbs the desire for it, not because you stopped caring, but because caring became too heavy. So you adapt. You stop expecting messages. You stop explaining yourself. You stop initiating. Eventually, you stop imagining a different outcome. Daily life becomes manageable, but emotionally muted. You're functional, independent, self-reliant. Yet there's a background emptiness that never fully leaves. This isn't weakness. It's unprocessed grief for connection you never received. There's something else happening beneath the surface. Some people have no friends not because they struggle to connect, but because shallow connection feels more painful than solitude. People who think deeply, feel deeply, and notice emotional patterns experience relationships differently. Small talk feels draining. Surface-level bonds feel empty. Being misunderstood feels worse than being alone. So your brain retreats, not out of fear, but out of self-preservation. It tells you to stay quiet, stay contained, stay safe. Slowly, this becomes normal. But here's the difficult part. The mind that protects you from pain also protects you from closeness. Not intentionally, just automatically. Connection becomes something you think about, not something you experience. And because the brain prefers familiarity, this emotional distance repeats itself. Quietly, consistently, without drama. If something in you feels heavy right now, that's awareness returning. Here's the truth you've been avoiding. You didn't choose this isolation, but you are the only one who can soften it. Not by forcing yourself to change, but by allowing yourself to re-enter the world slowly. Being alone does not mean you are unlovable. It means you adapted. Start with low-pressure presence. Not deep conversations. Not emotional exposure. Just being around people without performing or explaining yourself. Your nervous system needs safety before closeness. Real connection is imperfect, uneven, sometimes quiet. It doesn't always feel meaningful at first. It becomes meaningful over time. Gently and consistently, your mind begins to unlearn the belief that connection only brings loss. You were never cold. You were protecting something tender. And if this felt like it was speaking directly to you, there are other patterns in your life shaped by the same psychology. That's what we explore next.